Hello and welcome to the first Great British Bells video of 2023. Both locations today will be filmed in Derbyshire. Here in Tideswell is the first, and it is behind me, the Cathedral of the Peak, properly known as St John the Baptist Church, Tideswell. Hello and welcome to, as I said in the intro, the very first 2023 video of Great British Bells. I did a presentation style video today, so hope you enjoy it. The church that stands on the site behind me has a very misleading nickname, that being the Cathedral of the Peak. The misleading part of that nickname is that this church isn't a cathedral at all, due to its size and splendour. Its actual name is St John the Baptist Church, Tideswell. Built between circa 1320 and 1400, it is one of the most famous churches in Derbyshire and a Grade 1 listed building. It's a splendid example of 14th century Gothic architecture and Perpendicular Gothic architecture. The peal here is made up of 8 bells in F sharp from a mix of 3 founders. The treble, 2nd, 6th and tenor were cast by John Taylor & Co. of Loughborough in 1929. The 3rd was cast by Samuel I Smith in 1705, and the 4th, 5th and 7th were cast by George I Oldfield in 1659. Keep getting that mixed up. They were also overhauled by John Taylor & Co. not only in 1929 but 1995. The tenor here weighs in at 1300 weight, 0 quarters and 11 pounds, or 0.655 tons. That's all the information I've gathered about this particular tower. Onto the chimes. They're ringing up. The first 3 are going absolutely mental.
bringing them into peel from the down position. Service now, aren't we? You mean stand?
Stand and then
Who knows? They're ringing like 6. Yep, that's predictable stuff. That's the treble. So they must have been. They were ringing up the back 6. Look at how fast he got that up. That's cool, that. Right. All set up, we're ready to go. Yeah, I think they were ringing them all up because they've raised the back 6 and then they've done the front too. So are they doing a full peel then if they just raise them in 6?
We'll get back in the car.
One wonders. Yeah, that's interesting. Right then. Yes, they have stopped. So it's either a routine thing that they stop at all the quarters, or it's got quarter chimes, and what they're doing is letting the hammer do their thing. Because what happens is, when quarter goes, you can't stop the clock, or else it'll stop the dial as well. So what they've done is they've hung them so the hammers can do their striking.
Well, you'll see, won't you?
They'll do, yeah, they won't ring because they're hung up. They're stood, hung up. Right. The hammers are down here. When it's hung down.
So they won't make a noise.
No. But they've obviously stopped so that you can let the hammers do their thing, because if you carried on, a bell might catch a hammer, it could cause damage to either the bell, the hammer, or both. Because if that steel hammer gets in the way, you've got a bell and you're coming down, it's gone. You can't pass through a solid object, especially when it's made of metal.
I've just rethought about it.
Yep.
What I would do is get the 11 o'clock channel here, so it's 10 to 11 at all quarters, get the 11 strikes here, move on to Castleton for 12. That's what I would do.
Yeah, we could do that. And if I wanted to make the 12 strikes, I could just get it in the audio. That I could do. apologise for my language, but that concrete spike's wobbling apparently. The stone one, sorry. I don't know if it's just a trick of the light or something. I'll have to review the footage.
It's definitely wobbling.
I mean, at least we're not stood on the wrong side of it. If it does go. If it does go, we're not on the wrong side of it. Yeah. I mean, we are, look, urging the people to repairs and stuff and rewiring and stuff. See, I clearly know about it. Because they need I don't think pillars are supposed to wobble.
No, but maybe these are flex. Made to flex. 'Cause
Maybe.
it gets windy up here, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
But I've never seen one flexing.
Me
before.
neither. Well, at least we're not on the wrong side of it. That's the thing that's most important. But we also make sure that there's nobody on the wrong side. Else that could be dangerous as well. And then again, it could just be how it's built. Nice.
Actually, it only seems to move when the bells start ringing.
Really? I mean, you do know what they say. It can make the tower sway because of the weight. Could you imagine they've got bells too heavy for the tower? Do you know what? Because I have to plug that in and stop the recording. I'll do it after the film. It brings to half past, doesn't it? It's what you eat.
You didn't tell me at all. I just said the start of the week now.
Right, well, we could go for this, or we could stop halfway. It's an awfully good one. expected, they are now lowering the bells. They are finished. That's the light that's the light 2.
So if they finish, then that means we'll do the half-past strike.
Possibly. If they get them down in time. I mean, these 2 front bells are very light because the
Now, if they do the half-past and the quarter to, then you only need the...
There you go, they've lowered the front 2, now they're going to lower the back 6. Off we go. Oh, dang it, I thought that was going to be synced. Here we go. Nope, still not it. Here we go. Stop trying. No, I think it's too close to the chime. They've said no, we'll do it after. I think that's what they've said. See, I'm predicting it all today, aren't I?
Yeah.
Way. So I think time to set up for the narration. I do also want to mention, I did see a YouTube video on some churches in Derbyshire, and they did mention something about these squared stained glass windows. I'll put a link to the video in the description because I don't remember much about what they said about it, but I think it's quite unique, as the rest are usually kind of circular at the top, rounded at the top, whereas those are square, rectangular stained glass windows. I'll put a link to the video in the description if I remember, but if anyone could actually tell me what it was about these windows that makes them so special, please let me know, other than the fact that they're rectangular. Thank you. We're all done in Tideswell for today. Now it's time for our next destination, Castleton.
We are now in the second location, and when I say in, I mean literally. We are now currently inside the interior of St Edmund's Church of Castleton, one of my favourite rural churches of the UK. I visited Castleton, in a school trip in October 2022. And first of all we went up Mount Tor, and then we came into Castleton, and I had asked the teachers if I could film the chimes of St Edmund's, and thank you teachers, they let me do it, thank you. I got all of the quarters, but unfortunately my friends wanted to show me this incredibly cool sailor's hat, which, if I just go and get from my bag, this incredibly cool sailor's hat, which was from a shop just down the road, and they wanted to show me it, and so we got into a little chat with the shop owner, and I ran up here just in time to miss the hour chime. Now that's why I'm here today, because we're filming the hour chime of St Edmund's finally. Now I can't get the peal today because I don't know when it rings, because it's a shared church between three other churches, one in Bamford and the other in Hope, I believe, and so the service rotates around, and I don't know when the next service is here, so I'll just have to get lucky, I guess. Now, St Edmund's has 8 bells, all cast by James III Harrison in the key of E flat, I believe. Now they are a unique set because even though the tenor weighs about 1100 weights, the key of E flat can only be done by nowadays can only be done by bells in the range of 2000 weights. Now this was achieved because the caster decided to try and make lightweight bells that had a deep tone, and the result was mostly successful. The only con was that they had a similar sound quality to buckets, and I watched Carl the Ringer's video on this, and apparently they have earned the nickname toll buckets for it, which I've got to agree is pretty funny. So that's the bell history for here. On to the chimes. Just want to mention some things that I didn't actually mention. Bells 3 to the tenor were cast in 1803, giving the church at first 6 bells, but in 1812 the treble and second were cast and added to the church, giving 8 bells. And I also said that the tenor weighed 1100 weights. Specifically speaking, it weighs 1100 weights, 2 quarters and 0 pounds. Thank you.
Lovely jubbly. Oh wow, it's even better than I remember. So it's been a delight to be in Castleton and Tideswell today. I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed my time filming both the Cathedral of the Peak and St Edmund's Church, my favourite rural church in the country. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time on Great British Bells. Farewell. Castleton sausage roll rating. Very good. That's all for Castleton today. I'll see you next time on Great British Bells. Until then, farewell.